everyone, it's Rachel from Sweet and Simple Home, and today I have my Spring 2019 Home Decor Tour to share with you guys. So welcome to my home. I can't wait to walk around with you and show you what I've done for this spring. This spring is all about simplicity for me. I'm working on really simplifying my life, my home, my belongings, my schedule, my commitments, all those things, and it's definitely reflected in my space this spring. So I love to walk you around and show you my home and also give you some insights on what I used and maybe some of my thoughts behind why I chose to use those pieces. So let's take a look at my home. Here in my living room, the biggest change I made for spring was these gorgeous drop cloth curtains that I made, and I shared in a video earlier this week how I made them, and I'll link to that for you guys. But I love the drama that they add to the space and just the soft texture and everything. They're so gorgeous. On my couch, I brought in this sort of black and white pillow from my bedroom, and I'm thinking I want to find something that has softer colors but the same kind of style or texture. I just love how all the textures and colors play off each other so well in this space. In our dining area, I still have my heart banner up from Valentine's, and I think I'm gonna leave it up for a while because I just love the sweet vintage sheet music there. On my chalkboard, I have this wreath with a couple pics from Joann's tucked into it. I got that wreath for a couple dollars at a thrift store a few years ago, and I love the texture. I wrote out a verse to one of my favorite hymns to bring the flavor of Easter into the space. Oh, how sweet to trust in Jesus, just to trust his cleansing blood, and in simple faith to plunge me 'neath the healing cleansing flood. On my table, I have this really sweet little box that my friend made, and I've got 3 milk glass vases with, again, some flowers from Joann's. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you know I have these vintage clipboards here, and I hang vintage illustrations or vintage sheet music on them to match the season that we're in. My hallway is somewhat laughable right now. Because I have books piled there. Our bookshelf was damaged in our flood, and I have yet to replace it, hopefully soon. On the right of this shelf, this really cute chalkboard. I got this from my sister. You can follow her on Instagram. It's Lizzie's House Finds, and I have my aprons below. So I love my shelf. I get questions about it all the time. It's from IKEA. So on the bottom shelf, I have these really hardworking bins. They're from Amazon, and I have them linked in my home store if you're interested. And then I have here on this next shelf a basket that has some of my favorite vintage books in it. This one on top with the illustration of Jesus is the Standard Bible Story Readers, and one of my subscribers, Debbie, sent it to me. Debbie, I love this. Thank you so much. It is so beautiful. Next, we have this gorgeous milk glass plate, and these little books were my grandmother's brag books. On this next milk glass cake plate, I have my husband's dough bowls. He is into sourdough baking, and these are what he uses to transfer his dough into the cast iron. On the next shelf, I have this old 7-Up crate. This belonged to my grandfather, and I love this pink color. The candles are from our wedding. This next piece is a jewelry box that belonged to my grandma. And then I have a copper pitcher filled with these soft, sort of fuzzy picks from the Dollar Tree. The next shelf up has a footed milk glass bowl I got at a yard sale a few years ago. This large wooden box was built for me by my dad, and I have a piece of artwork in front of it I got at a yard sale, and I just love the colors in this piece. On the top shelf, I have an old window frame, another crate, my milk glass cookie jar, and my vintage globe. I'm hoping to put a plant in that milk glass bucket, so if you could let me know what you think would survive up there, I would really appreciate your input. To the left, this is another little spot I love to display vintage artwork. I have a page out of a book that belonged to my husband's grandmother, Hushabye Baby, and I love the colors on this one. And down below is a picture out of a children's book about birds, and it has the little robins. Over in my kitchen, all I did was add this little milk glass bud vase with these faux tulips. By my windowsill, I just really wanted to focus on displaying my milk glass. I use it a lot in the spring and summer, bringing in flowers and whatnot. So I just want it out and accessible and visible. So I have some teacups and some pitchers and vases and little planters. And one of my favorite pieces is this little yellow Westclox timer I got at a vintage store, I think like 3 years ago. I just love that piece. On my windowsill, we got these buckets with flowers in them from a fundraiser at our school. And I love that this one is still alive, the one with the handle. But the other bucket, I think I totally killed it. So again, if you guys have any suggestions for me for how to not have that be dead, I'd appreciate it. So the last thing is on my back door. I have this basket that I have filled with flowers from the Dollar Tree, and it just adds a little bit of happiness and sunshine as you walk in the door. Thanks so much everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing my spring home tour. I love making my home beautiful little by little, and if that's something that you love too, I hope you'll hit that red subscribe button and come back for more, as I have many projects planned and coming your way this spring and summer, as well as more thrift and yard sale hauls. Take care everyone, and I will be back with more soon. Happy spring. Bye.